I didn't think I would have to make this video. Sonic Omens a few days ago got the last episodes released, and I played them because I was stupid that day. Sonic Omens is not good. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. The only thing going for it is the music. The level design is awful, the story is very fan service, the controls are weird, and the bosses are either boring to RNG based. Many people are raving about it, calling it the best 3D Sonic game, even better than what Sega the Solos have made in the past decade. But is that really true? That's the one question I really want to answer. But first, let's delve into the controversy of this game. So back in 2020, this game was under the title of Sonic 2020, and everyone online loved it, calling it the best Sonic game ever, when there were a lot of problems that I won't go into. Then a year later, the game got a new demo with the rename Sonic Omens, which added a few new levels and a boss or two. Then a year after that, in the glorious year that we called 2022, we got the last 3 episodes. Now, people might be wondering, why is this game so controversial when you put it in the title of this segment? Well, it's because of this. The creator of this game, who goes by Bolt Online, is directly profiting from this fan game through a Patreon page where they would give incentives towards more game content, such as pay me this much money and I'll make this level next. Now, this isn't new because Bolt got shit for this back when Sonic 2020 was out, but it appears for this new one, they've instead changed the Patreon to the name of their game studio in an attempt to make it less scummy or suspicious. This is a big problem because it would cost Sega of America to get rid of fan games, and if this keeps up, and come on y'all, I need my Sonic PO6 Silver update, like please, I need Silver y'all, like please. Okay, I think that about does it. Now on to the controls. Sonic or Shadow in this game controls weirdly. You got the Infinity controls and the Generation controls. I went for the Generation controls because who the fuck is gonna boost with the right trigger? Sonic and Shadow are a bit slippery in this game, like they slide all over the place. Boosting is the same it's always been in this game. You have a double jump, which is a positive because platforming in this game makes pulling teeth look easy. You have the bounce move. I forgot this was in the game because I used it once. The quick step is useless because with the parts you're supposed to use it, and it feels like it never goes far enough from your starting position. And the Lightspeed Dash, which I also forgot existed because the game barely has a use for it. Now for Shadow, he has Chaos powers: Chaos Spear, Dash, Control, and Blast. I never used Blast even once. I never used it once, and I also don't know how to use it because the game didn't teach me in Shadow's tutorial level. Great level, by the way. Chaos Control, I barely used. I only used it in the Maria boss fight and the Swamp Thing boss fight. Chaos Spear I only used for hitting switches and destroying robots in the jungle level. I only used Dash because it's the most useful for the platforming, and that's about it. But nothing is as bad as the tornado sections in this game. You see, to control the tornado, you use the right stick, up to go forward, down to go backwards, left to strafe left, and right to strafe right, and to move up or down, you use the camera stick. You can boost with the right trigger and move him using the camera stick. There are also barrel rolls, guns, and rockets. The camera in this game is ass. The camera barely focuses on the boss or the segment where if you don't pay attention, you die. And if this camera is better than the one in God of War 2018, we're gonna have the problem because God of War 2018's camera is basically bad. Now, before we continue, I want to say that the soundtrack is actually really good with some great compositions to fit with the stage. level design in Sonic Omens is atrocious. If I were to put it this way, it feels like it's trying to mix the adventure formula with the boost formula, and that doesn't work. For, you see, the adventure formula levels are made for exploration and pinpoint platforming, and the boost formula is made for speed and spectacle, and that doesn't work for this game. Since you are slippery in the air, it is hard to make a pinpoint platforming section work, and when you are boosting, you can't just do it everywhere because you will die. The game even tells you that you will need to boost at certain areas. The battle areas in this game are awful. First, you have too much space, which means that it will take forever to beat these enemies. Second, there are either too many enemies, like in Shadow's Arena, or annoying enemies with big hitboxes, like in Sonic's. Some enemy placements are annoying, like this one enemy in Sonic's last level. The tornado stages want you to go slow and fast at the same time, and that doesn't work either. And in the tornado's last level, the tornado is trying to keep you away from progressing. Now, let's talk about my two least favorite levels in Sonic Omens. Tree Palace is garbage. Its design feels like a treasure hunting level. This stage is made to be like a maze, and it's awful. There is a bounce spring that doesn't work, and you have to walk underwater to find a switch to activate a spring just to go up, and the trial and error platforming don't work. The Citadel of Lotus is everything wrong with this game. Terrible platforming, annoying enemy placements, janky wall running, spike and insta-death, and the worst battle arena in the entire game. I spent 14 minutes trying to beat this stage on my second playthrough, and I'd rather be getting the S-Ranks in Sonic Unleashed than this garbage. Now, I'm not going to talk about the story in this game because I don't like it. Basically, Chris worked with the Meta-Rex or something, and now that Chris is dead and the Meta-Rex is going to commit genocide or something just to travel back in time, I really don't care about it that much. For now, I want to talk about the bosses because they are not good. Dragoon E0 is boring. You dodge attacks and wait for his weak spot to show up. Really fun. The snake thing is annoying. You are in a tornado and you must attack his head, and it's hard to do that if you are trying to drive the stiff-ass tornado while fighting something, and it's a very common thing in these tornado sections. The vortex is annoying. Just attack him over and over and chaos dash to avoid his attacks. Next, Metal Ember is annoying. You are too close to him to dodge his attacks, and you can't be too far away or else you die. Maria is the worst boss in the game. You have to dodge many things, and with the annoying camera, it's basically impossible to do that. And the Exiled Phase 1 is as bad as Maria. You are basically at the will of the RNG gods to make sure you don't die from his moves you can't dodge. Phase 2 is basically the same, though it's easier to dodge them because you're boosting all the time. Needless to say, don't play Sonic Omens. It's a fan game that I don't like and I don't recommend it. It has bad level design, bosses that aren't good, a fan service story, and stiff yet loose controls. If you want a good Sonic fan game, and if it's 3D, I recommend either playing Sonic P06 or Sonic GT. They are far more replayable than Sonic Omens. If you liked today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribe for more. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd, link in the description. Until then, I'm Avatar Aiden, and I will see you next time.